This is Radar for Around the Radar Entertable. I'm coming to edition of MLB Observations, the 2021 season, Week 11. The Phillies, they usually had an issue with their lineup, but pretty much they got it correct. I just thought it was cool that I saw Gene Segura play shortstop one day. Rhys Hoskins going back to batting second. Come on. You had him batting in the middle of the lineup, and Odubel Rare and Gene Segura batting at the top. Yankees, remember, DJ LeMahieu's not a leadoff hitter, nor should be wasting time playing first base or third base. Judge should not be batting second, or Glaber. When I see Torres and Urshela, speaking of Glaber, batting in the middle of the lineup, that's not where they belong. And Odubel, we've been over this. I know you want to get his bat in the lineup, but he's not a left fielder. And Odor's on a number 3 hitter, and Tyler Wade's on a center fielder, but at least he's a utility player. Dodgers, Will Smith and Chris Taylor should not be batting in the middle lineup. I don't want to see that, okay? I don't want to see Beatty playing third base or right field. That's a stretch for a first baseman. And Nelson and Price pitching out of the bullpen? Nah. And then I don't want to see McKinstry in the outfield when he's an infielder. And they got so many outfielders that actually can play center field that there's no point of playing Bellinger still in center field. And we've been over this, that Max Muncy's not a number 2 hitter. The Rangers, there's Xander Falefa, not a leadoff hitter, not a shortstop. Stop doing that. Nick Solak was in a groove batting second. I don't know why they moved him to 5th. And then Culberson pitched, which was cool. Willie Calhoun, I'm not sure what his offensive profile is. If he's a leadoff hitter, not really, not a cleanup hitter. So second may be a good spot, but definitely not where Nate Lowe, middle of the order hitter, should be. And Rolls Garcia should not be batting third. And then the A's, we've been over this. Mark Hanna is a first baseman. You have Skybolt and you have Seth Brown. There's no reason he should be playing center field, let alone right field. Luzardo, I thought he was supposed to be this great pitcher in your rotation, but he's pitching out of the bullpen. Chapman, we know is not number 2 hitter. He's a middle of the order hitter, which is not what Jed Lowry is. He's not batting cleanup. The A's have churned through so many center fielders off their 4-man roster who they haven't played and they just got rid of, like Tom and Powell and all these other guys and Fowler, because they're wasting time with Cannon center field thinking that he's a center fielder. No, he's not. He's a first baseman who's just stretch playing left field. If you want to play Tony Kemp or Chad Pinder in the outfield or let alone center field, that's fine. They're utility players. That's what I'm trying to get at, is utility players. If you play them somewhere else, that's fine. And we've been with the Diamondbacks. Rojas, not an outfielder. Pavin Smith, not an outfielder. Ketel Marte, it's stupid to play him in center field if LeCastro and Nick Keith are on the lineup, and LeCastro was playing in the same game as him. Because I just saw a game where you have Pavin Smith in center field, and he and Reddick almost crash into each other and make a bad play. I don't want to see Pavin Smith batting second because he's a slugging first baseman. You bat in the middle of the lineup. And speaking of middle lineup, that's not where Carson Kelly should be. He's a good enough hitter to catcher, but he's not a leadoff hitter or a number 3 hitter. And then the Royals, you got Carl Santana to bat in the middle of the lineup. Benintendi to bat 3rd and 4th. No. You want Santana in the middle lineup, not second. And Benintendi, if he was going to be a number 3 or 4 hitter, he would be doing that in Boston. And then Zimmer and Irvin Santana pitching out of the bullpen when they're both starting pitchers. The Royals don't have enough starters. That's weird. And then Dozier, stop playing him in right field. Okay, Alberto and Gutierrez are the options. That's stupid. It's one thing was Whit Merrifield to get him out of the outfield. That's one thing. But stop playing Dozier in the outfield. The Angels, we know this. Upton is a middle of the order hitter, not a leadoff guy. And Ohtani is a middle of the order hitter, not a number 2 hitter. I don't want to see Walsh batting second because he's a middle of the order hitter. And I don't want to see Stassi and Iglesias in the middle lineup when you have Upton and Ohtani and Walsh on your team. And I've been saying they're playing. There's Rojas guy in the outfield, Gosselin in the outfield. They're playing Taylor Ward, a catcher, first baseman in center field, let alone the outfield. Stupid. Now they're playing Keenan Wong, Colton Wong's brother, in the outfield as a second baseman, which is a stretch. I do want to see Ohtani play outfield, but you can't have this guy outfield and pitch. It's just too much. But it's still cool to see. The Brewers, why is Dana Vogelbach still batting second? We've been over to see the slugger. Why is Chase Peterson, a utility player, batting 5th? Why is Willie Thomas, who hasn't proven that he's a great major league hitter yet, batting cleanup? And we've been over this. Javi Garcia's not a center fielder. You got Derek Fisher and Jackie Bradley Jr., even Kristen Yelich. Like, there's no point. Pirates, Eric Gonzalez is a shortstop. If he's not going to play the infield, then he's a backup. You have Phillip Evans playing at first base with Kyle Moran out. Evans is not a number 2 hitter. That's why you got him. He's an offensive guy. And also, stop playing him in the outfield when you got enough outfielders right now that he could play first base. And Reynolds should not be playing center field because you have Tom and you got Ben Gamble playing center field, not him. And then Hayes is not a number 2 hitter. Maybe bat him 3rd, maybe bat him 5th. And Jacob Starling is not the world's greatest hitter. Why is he batting cleanup? That makes absolutely no sense. And you signed Trevor Cahill to be a starter. Pitching on the bullpen's a waste of your money. Twins, we've been over this. Polanco's not a leadoff hitter, nor is Donaldson a number 2 hitter. Why would I ever want to see Refsnyder batting 4th? And Schumacher pitching on the bullpen is stupid when you paid him to be a starter. And then I don't want to see Gordon or Refsnyder in the outfield. I know Gordon's like his brother, he's really fast, and his brothers play the outfield, but you're already playing Garlick and Arise in the outfield, and they're not outfielders, and it's just silly. And Refsnyder, again, not an outfielder. And then with a twin, you got this Larson guy, another rookie, and you got Killer Rob. Play all of them in the outfield. Just play all three young outfielders, see what happens. Actually play outfielders where they belong. That would make the most sense for you guys. And then the Astros, I don't want to see Altuve batting leadoff. He's a number 2 hitter. Brantley should be batting third, which he did once, which I really like. He's not a number 2 hitter. McCormick batting second, that was cool to see. Do that more often when he plays. Or really pitch out of bullpens away when he's supposed to be a starter. And Alvarez playing the left field is silly because he's not an outfielder. He's not really that great playing the outfield. Marlins. Starling Marte should be middle of the lineup. Top batting second. And Chad Chisholm has been really well batting in the top lineup. Don't bat him fourth. Braves, leave it over this. I don't want to see a lineup that Ali Albies is your number 3 hitter and Almonte is your number 4 hitter sometimes. Stupid. You got Acuna, Freeman with Ozuna out. Those guys should be in the middle lineup. They're MVP caliber players. They're not number 1 or 2 hitters. And with all the injuries to rotation, you think Sean Newcomb, who was competing for a spot last year, will be given a start. They're not going to ask Minter, and they're not going to ask Mason, and they're not going to ask Tomlin, but they at least should put him in consideration. Tiger, stop wasting time with utility player Nico Goodrum, Harold Castro, and Paredes. Okay? It's one thing to blow out Harold Castro pitches. That's cool. But you got Willie Castro, Jonathan Scope, and you got Candelario. If you want to move Candelario to first base, you can play one of those utility guys there. That's cool. I don't want to see catcher Jake Rogers at third base. I don't want to see catcher Eric Haas in left field. Just start them at catcher. Rogers supposed to be this top catching prospect. I also don't want to see him pitching in a blowout. That's stupid. Okay, so Willie should not be second. Scope should not be first. I don't want to see Robert Grossman lead off. If he was a leadoff hitter, teams would have used him there before. And I don't want to see Norris and full pitch the bullpen. Unless it's in a blowout like they got blown up on the White Sox, where they had to use them, including, Derek Holland, who's been in that bullpen. White Sox, Adam Eaton, we know is he the leadoff hitter or number 2 hitter, not a number 6 hitter, and Mercedes the slugger, not just batting second. And I'm tired of this. The point of Jake Lamb is in Makata or the first baseman Abreu take the day off, and you want to give him a day off, and you bat Lamb at first base or third base. It's one thing to throw him in left field occasionally, because Andrew Vaughn's playing left field, and he's not an outfielder. But when Makata misses some days in a row, and you're playing Leora Garcia at third base and Mendick at second base, I'm like, what are you doing? Leora Garcia has way more career innings in the outfield than he does in the infield, and Lamb is not a left fielder, let alone a right fielder. Third base is his position. That's where you should be playing. The Red Sox. It was cool. It was interesting to blow back to see both Arroyo and Gonzalez, the utility players, pitch. That's cool. Bobby Delback, I continue to tell him, he's been a good offensive player. He's getting his footings in the major league. Stop batting him last. He's proven he's not a number 9 hitter. And playing third base, that's cool. That's his natural position. But you want to get him enough reps at first base so he's a better defensive first baseman. The Blue Jays. Grichuk, stop playing center field. Don't play Gurriel at first base. Grichuk is a right fielder. Gurriel's now been a left fielder. You got Jonathan Davis. Maybe play him there more often now. I don't want to see also Biggio in right field because, again, that's just stupid. And here's the thing. If I see Panic and Biggio bat 5, 6, or 7, you know there's something wrong. Because Biggio's the top of the order and Panic's a bottom of the hitter. Because Teoscar Hernandez batting cleanup is stupid. If you have Teoscar Hernandez batting like third, Guerrero cleanup, Grichuk 5th, and Simeon 6th and Ronnie Tellez 7, that's a great lineup. I don't want to see Simeon leading off because then you get guys who are not middle of the order hitters batting in the middle of the order. The Rays, we go over this. Yanni Diaz and G-Man Choi should be middle lineup. Rosario should not be batting third. He's a utility player. Walls just came up as a rookie. Why would you bat him third? And we've been over. Brandon Lau is ideally suited for the 2 spot, maybe the 3 spot, but he's not a leadoff hitter. And I don't want to see him in left field. I don't want to see Rosario out of position either. I know they're all about versatility, but it's stupid. Ranzarena, he's been a good hitter. But a cleanup hitter? Nah, that's like for Donnie Diaz or G-Man Choi. And Kyle McHugh pitching a bullpen when you're paying him, he should be starting. We've been over this. Trey Mancini can lead the league in RBI. He should bat in the middle lineup. Galvis batting third when a guy's never been that great of a hitter is stupid. And G.J. Stewart's an all-or-nothing slugger. He should not be batting leadoff. Indians, we go over this. Harold Maris is the backup outfielder. Should not bat in the middle lineup. Chang, we've been over this. He should not be playing first base. Now that Jake Bowers is gone, you pay Bobby Bradley. Don't play him there. Or play Josh Naylor. And at the same time, Sarah Nasser has been a career number 2 hitter. Should not be batting leadoff. The Mariners, I like that J.P. Crawford's leading off, but I don't want to see Tom Murphy or Dylan Moore batting 4 and 5. Utility player, backup catcher. And Mitch Haniger, stop batting second. He should be batting middle lineup. And now I know they got rid of Marmelos and White is injured, but Bowers, now they got him. He should be playing first base, not right field. I don't want to see him in right field and Shed Long in left field. It's stupid. Because they were playing another outfielder, another second baseman in the outfield, and I'm like, you're playing Ty France out of position, utility player Dylan Moore, but you're playing the second baseman in left field. Play him at second base. Now that Long is back, I thought maybe they'll play him second base in a platoon with Moore. No, they're stupidly playing him in the outfield. And the Mets. McCann should not be batting third anymore if you got Dominic Smith and Alonso back. And Tomas Nido, he played third base one day. It was like McCann playing first base. Stop playing your catchers out of position. Padres. Profar, I know he's become the super sub everywhere, but he's not a center fielder or a first baseman, nor is Mateo. If Hosmer don't play first base, that should go straight to Will Myers, who's not in the outfield. And Cronenworth, we've been over. He's not the number 3 hitter, and we've been over this. Fam's not a leadoff hitter. Reds, we've been over. Stevenson's not a cleanup guy, nor is Naquin, and Winker should not be batting second. And I don't want to see Aquino now. I'm glad he's back. He's not a center fielder, and Naquin is fine where he is, but not in the fourth spot. And Farmer, we've been over. He's not a shortstop. Now, the thing about the Reds is if you got Votto, Suarez, Winker, Castellano, there should be no reason why Barnhart or Stevenson's been in the middle of the lineup. That makes no sense. The Rockies, stop wasting time with Connor Joe, a career minor leaguer first baseman, especially in the outfield. We learned this. McMahon's been great offensively. Maybe playing at third base 2 or 3 days a week, maybe first base. But you got Hampson, you got Rogers. There's no big reason he's playing second base. And you got Daza and you got Tapia. Just to name some of the outfield. And Hiller, there should be no reason Hampson plays center field. Nationals usually get your lineup right, but there are some days where the guy could have won MVP last year. Juan Soto's batting second and Schwarber's batting leadoff. Those are your guys you got in the middle of the order. That's where they should be. And the Giants, Yaz and Solano are not number 3 hitters, nor is Crawford a cleanup hitter, or not Belt second. You want the sluggers in the middle and the guys who make contact at the top and the bottom. And Slater, we've been over this. He's not a natural born center fielder. He's not a leadoff hitter. You got plenty of center fielders on this team like Duger. Cardinals, usually the lineup's correct. But now that Paul DeYoung's back, they batted him 8th, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then Paul goes back second, like, what are you doing? Slugger. Carlson leading off, that's okay if Edmund doesn't. And then Rondon, an infielder, they played in the outfield. Usually the Cardinals have it right. Where Bader's at the bottom, and you got Goldschmidt and Arenado in the middle, and then you go Neal, Molina, and DeYoung in some sort of, combination, and you have Edmund and Carlson at the top. That's correct. Cubs, if you're going to bet Contreras and Bryant in the 1 or 2 spot, you definitely should not be batting Ian half fourth. Rizzo played second base in a game. That's stupid. And stop playing Bryant in center field, left field, first base. When Patrick Wisdom, a first baseman, is playing third base. When in reality, Bryant should be playing his position. You throw Wisdom wherever you need to as a career journeyman. And then it continues to make Bryant think, why do I want to be here? Thanks for listening to another edition of MLB Observations of the Week 11 season, the 2021 season. I'm Ray for Entertainment Blog. See you guys next time.